Okay. So sound like no questions that allow me to come up with any question. Yes?
Can you talk about merits? It's an unfamiliar term to me.
Okay. Can you ask that question again?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about merits?
Okay.
What are they, and how can we pass along good merits?
Mhm. Yes, thank you very much for the question. And I know that can be a foreign concept and term for most of you. Um, the concept of merits and demerits. But um, all of us are familiar with positive and negative actions, also positive and negative power, energy. If you do something good, that might make you happy. But not only that, even though doing bad might make you happy too. Think about sometimes we do certain things just because of the happiness, but that action might lead into more pain in the future. Eventually, there's no pain, but because of the same action, later you may end up by having a pain. Also, there might be certain actions uh, only bringing happiness to you and who's surrounding you, but that action might lead unhappiness and pain for many others outside of you, like harming or animals or hunting can be a very good example for that. Even fishing. Um, the people who's doing the fishing might having happiness through that action, but that might lead uh, the negative uh, experiences for those fish or outsiders. There, we need to understand happiness, your own happiness. Your own happiness is not only the fact to recognize positive or negative action. If somebody do something which bring them happiness, also which bring happiness to others, those are the actions we consider as a meritorious act or merits. But if you do something which makes unhappy you or others or both, that action is negative, that is opposite of meritorious acts. We call demerits, demeritorious act. So, but most of the time, if you go a little beyond, selfishness, ego, anger, greed, leads us to have demeritorious acts. Selflessness, egolessness, generosity, and compassion leads us to have a meritorious act. So now it is about we need to understand, can we share those? Can we share merits and demerits? It is very simple. Now think about, you do something which really makes you happy, and big, it is also help to other society. It's also help to you and helpful to others. By sharing that news might make other people also happy. Let's say, and as an example, and your kid or somebody did a very good job at school, maybe sharing lunch with other kids, and then that kid coming back home and telling, sharing with the parents, today I had enough food and I shared with these people and these kids and they were very happy and there was a hungry kid. Now, by when that kid is sharing, that kid is happy, sharing the happiness, also that happiness helps even parents to be happy about the kid's action, also that experience, parents also happy. That is how that kid is sharing merits with on parents. Every time you share that, that happiness grow. Just like you are lighting, you have a candle, then you are using that candle to light other people's candles. You are not losing light in your candle, but that candle help others to light their own candle. You are not losing your happiness, but your happiness help others to generate more happiness. Now this is how merits we share. Not only that, we share demerits too. Think somebody went and did hunting, then they come back and they share, this is how I shoot that deer, and that deer was suffering with this, and finally it fell down and I feel good by doing this. This person is happy, but this person is happy by sharing another living being's pain. That person is enjoying that. The people who like that, or people who enjoy the similar situation, they also highly admire that negative action, but for them it is not negative. For them, that brings them happiness. For them, that is the food for their mind. So we call it demerit. As a human being, we share both merits and demerits. But only the compassionate and wise people manage to share merits with the family and friends by knowing the result of those actions. Now, what are the result of those actions? Again, if I go back to my same examples, the kid who's sharing meal with others. Think about what is behind that action. With that action, that kid has helped another kid to overcome the pain from the hungry. Overcome the pain from the hungry, because being hungry is very painful. That kid does not put anybody else into pain, but you help other person to overcome the pain. Any other good actions, giving life or supporting other person, you are simply helping them to remove their pain. Now your happiness come by removing the pain. That is the action. Now as a result of that, what is happening? As a result of that, indirectly you are supporting to remove the pain, not to have pain or not to generate the pain. You are supporting to remove the pain. That's where you generate happiness. Now on my second example, by going hunting, you are enjoying, but you are enjoying as a blind person. You don't know the pain of the other person. Because of your happiness, we don't respect the life of the other animal. We think your life is not important as mine. We are misusing their, because we have energy, because we are stronger than others, we indirectly saying it is okay to harm others as a stronger person. Then you are giving an opportunity to other powerful people, or you are justifying even powerful living beings to harm you, since they are more powerful than you. You are indirectly saying that it is okay to harm me if others are more powerful than me. So you are sharing that ability with others by sharing demerits. That is the reason in the spiritual community they are asking other people to not to share their negativity with others. Because negativity and also the positivity, negative actions and positive actions, those are leading to more actions. Also, those become contagious. Think about frustration, anger, anxiety, fear. Those are contagious. You can share sadness. You can share frustration. Then the other person also become frustrated. When you share anger, other person also become angry. These days, election time, then you can see the anger buffet, frustration, frustration buffet, and all these varieties of fear. So, some people are sharing it, but most people are eating the buffet cooked by somebody else. Now be careful with the buffet that you are making. You are sharing certain thing with your family. That is about generating the merits and demerits. But the thing is, again, if you are after happiness, you don't know about demerits or merits. Because we may accumulate a lot of happiness through demeritorious acts. through the negative acts, harmful acts. If you merely after the happiness, or even if you are merely after the of the uh, mainstream, maybe mainstream is after the demeritorious acts. That's why we highly appreciate the noble communities, because noble communities encouraging to bring a meritorious act into a mainstream. But uh, it is only from the few people, few groups, but mainly people are after demeritorious acts. People highly value that. Sometimes even we act blind. Therefore, as a mindful community, we have to observe our actions. We have to open into our actions. Then we have to ask ourselves, what is the result of this? What is the result of my action? This morning I heard from our good friend by saying that friend is not coming to meditation because want to do garden work. Honestly, I felt sorry for this friend, because what I felt is you are choosing garden over your mind, and some of us only come to meditation if they don't have anything else to do, which is a very wrong thing. What is behind it? It is about how do you value your mind? Where do you place your mind? Where do you place the ability of your mind? Because we use our mind all the time for other things. If we don't give priority to make our mind is strong, or if you don't give priority for peaceful mind, that will never happen. I honestly felt sorry for that friend. So we need to understand where we are. We need to understand how am I prioritizing myself? How am I prioritizing my actions? So that ability we gain through meritorious acts. When you have lot of merits, that merits will help you to have right choices, have right choice among many other choices. Simply, our habits are based on our past. All the time we are forming habits. We are getting into new habits. We are creating new habits that based on who you are, that based on your past. Then as a mindful person, we we keep we should keep investigate our actions, intentions of our actions, the result of our actions. That is how we can help ourselves to move. Hope I answered your question. Uh, any other questions around that? Did it lead to any other questions or thoughts? Any questions from our long distance friends? No? So now you understand this concept of merits? So in the Buddhist community, when somebody passed or when somebody died, uh, the others, friends, family, they try to do some meritorious acts, some actions which bring a positive energy. As a community, we get together, practice generosity, we practice compassion. Then afterward, we are thinking about the friend who passed, then sharing the merits with that um, friend. The two things are happening. The one thing, it help other people to use that time to do some meritorious acts. Otherwise, we are having very busy life, and we maybe we really don't have time for us. But that would allow us to have time for us. The second is just realizing the reality. Just think about it. If you just think about this situation, this our situation. She was at the class last time, and I'm sure she never thought that she won't be able to make for next one because she being a regular. Isn't that the reality of the life? So therefore, we really can't postpone most important things. It doesn't matter which one you postponed. The matter is, how are you spending present moment, this moment? If you are spending now for something which is not important, that means we are wasting our time. We are wasting this precious time because we cannot have this time again. The time you have, when it's gone, it's gone. No way to replace that time again. Therefore, we have a responsibility to arrange our life and choose things in our life. The time we have is more precious. We should not waste it. Wasting time means wasting life. If you waste 1 hour, then you are wasting that hour from your entire life, because nobody can postpone the death. So unfortunately, none of us know when are we going to die. If we die, if we know when are we going to die, I'm sure we would use this time much more meaningfully and mindfully. But since we don't know, we think, oh, that will never come to me. Only others die. But this is a good opportunity. This is a good moment to all of us to think, realize the reality of life. So if you can understand the reality of life by using this example, then we can share even that merits with her. So just think about your life. Think about the time you have. Think about the actions you do. Everything counts. Every moment counts. Okay, any thoughts? Can see that almost all of you are kind of look shocked today. And so thank you very much being here, and also thank you very much for the people who's joining us from long distance. May all of you have a wonderful week. May you be well, happy, skillful, and peaceful. So thank you for being here today. Okay.